Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm gamesplaining Azul. Azul is a relatively quick game, It looks like a quick game, it reads like a quick game, but the thinking makes it not as quick as it could be. It's a 2 to 4 player game that has done extraordinarily well. It was only published in 2018, so it's a relatively new publication. It is by Plan B Games, or should I say it's by Next Move Games, which is owned by Plan B. I'm not sure, I haven't got my head around why there's this distinction between Plan B and Next Move, but it's a thing, so just go along with it. I have many games that have come in under this Next Move banner, and that's really cool. I'm sure there's a reason for it, so we'll move forward and allow that to be what it is. In the game of Azul, you are just selecting a color of tile and you're putting it down onto a tableau, and then once a section of that tableau is filled, you're moving one across. It all sounds really simple until you realize that you have to take everything of that color within the area that you're taking from, number one. Number two, you can only fill up to the number of spaces that are available. So you're very likely to have leftover pieces which will earn you negative points if you take too many. Or it will leave you sitting with these spots kind of half filled up, waiting for that color to come through, and it's not quite there. Once you've got that, then you've got to move them across this grid, which is 5 by 5 and has one of each color on each space. By doing so, you are then filling up that color, so you cannot take that color in on that line again. There's a real shift of gears inside your head as you're playing this one to kind of think, oh, what's going to give me the best points? At the end of the game, there are points for getting all 5 of one color, or as many times as you manage to do that. There's points for getting everything within the same row. There's points for getting everything in the same vertical. Which brings me to the next one. As you go, every time you move a tile across into this tableau, you're going to get points for that tile. If it's just by itself, it's 1 point. If it's in a line, you're getting a point for every piece in the line. So as you get further into the game, it's possible to get 4 or 5 points this way and 4 or 5 points that way off the same piece going in. And if you can work that out and get the right pieces going in, it means you're going to get a lot more points than if you're just putting random pieces in. What I've discovered in my last few game nights, I've had a few people over and we've put the game on the table. So this is one of the games that hit the table. We put it down, we played it. Usually that would be it. We then go on to another game because that's how game nights tend to roll at my place. But we had a challenge of, hey, let's play it as a learning game and then we will play it. And that second play was actually dramatically different than the first one. And I found that on all the games that we did it on, that the second play was everyone kind of understanding what's happening and everyone putting into it something slightly different or taking slightly different angles on it or having different thoughts about how to manipulate the game to their best interests. I think that's actually a really good thing to do. I think it's a worthwhile thing to do. And you know what? On the smaller games, so games that are less than an hour, I'll likely do that again with the different groups that I play games with. There's a crunchiness to that second play that we don't necessarily get on the first play. Even if it's a game that the group has played before, but they may have played it months before. So they have to remember the game and relearn the game. And it's kind of like that first play again. Having the play as the second play, and it's actually a really good thing to do. And I really encourage everyone to do that. Look, Azul is one of those games that's done really well for itself and should become a staple. And I think it has become a staple or is becoming a staple. It's quite new, but it still feels like it's been around for a while. Next week, I'm going to do the other version of Azul. So please watch out for that coming through so you can get a feel for how the two games are really similar or different to each other. Go on and watch my videos for Azul to see how the game plays and then actually to play the game or to see someone playing the game to get a real good feel for it. I hope that my videos help you out with getting this to the table or at least getting an understanding of how the game plays if you don't already own it. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be gamesplayed, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.